My companion is faith. December 16, 2014. Although you are unable to touch or see faith, nevertheless deep within each of you is a built-in intuition that there is another source, a source that has presence in all things, and through such potent presence, you are able to embrace the remarkable universe that continuously moves all around you as not being an accident, but of purpose. You explore meanings and discover purpose that often moves you beyond any egoic, subjective ideals, and it is from coming home to your own natural and authentic self that you are able to comprehend without concrete facts that you are deeply connected to the source of all that is, and that source is God, who is called by many names, that all lead back to a supreme being of mercy, love, wisdom and light. This deep understanding that requires no concrete facts, dear ones, comes from your faith, and faith is often used synonymously when describing your intuitive nature. Of course you can live your life without having an ounce of faith, but when you embrace faith and allow faith to be a welcomed part of your life, your entire existence changes to a whole new way of living and being. Faith, to some dear souls, is often described as being irrational, simply because so many people still look for hard, concrete facts. They have trouble believing that some things have no logical explanation, they just are what they are. In addition, there are some folks among you that tend to consider what is irrational as a disturbance of the mind, coming from a thoughtless and less mindful position. And then there are the dear souls that exaggerate their logic, stretching the truth that is often beyond normal thought. It is easy to understand why faith can be a difficult thing to understand, but it can be simply explained. You are familiar to having certain things make perfect sense, logically speaking. Understand that to have faith in something is to bypass any preconditioned thought and to accept without resistance what is to come. Yes, faith will affect your thoughts, but having faith does not depend on your thoughts. So when you embrace faith, you are letting go of the need to resist what isn't logical and not giving in to your overestimating mind, and allowing the situation or event to unfold, trusting that what is to come is what is meant to be. Unlike the usual feelings and emotions you encounter daily, faith comes in as a much higher emotion. Knowing this also indicates you understand that to have higher emotions such as faith, you must also have higher forms of perception. Pure-hearted faith and clear perception will always move you beyond your ordinary senses. Sometimes faith will guide you to manifest a new way of being by directing you to undertake a new spiritual quest and practice, and by committing yourself to the entirety of that particular path of your journey. When you follow your heart and listen to your intuitive self, you will discover that your strength when becoming involved with something new will build up your faith and help expand your perception and of your connection to the supreme source of your creation. God's presence does not need to be revealed at the level of your initiative, because God is able to demonstrate His presence and connectedness in all things that are around you and in all people, no matter who they are and how they present themselves. God is there in all things. Maintaining spiritual practice will help you deepen your faith, not only in God, but in yourself and in all areas of life. By practicing meditation and prayer daily, you are gifting yourself with the ability to raise your own vibrational level, which will strengthen the quality of your perception and energy. Both prayer and meditation assist in your preparation to receive the love and light that flows from above, below, side to side, and all around you. Besides the practice of meditation and prayer, there are other actions you can actively become part of that will help you become more available to God's omnipotent presence, and that is through creative actions done by you, by allowing yourself to become immersed in something creative, from creative art, poetry, gardening, photographing, decadent cooking, and other activities that require creative flair. When you allow yourself to disappear into your creative actions, something higher moves through you and with you and takes you onto a higher plane of existence during those few precious moments. It is then a part of you that flows with the golden white purity of God, and it is through that moment of connection that brings God to this material world, through the creative, passionate actions you take. You don't have to be a skilled artist or poet to have artistic ingenuity. All you need, dear ones, is to believe and love who you are from the inside, and have faith in what you are able to accomplish. Depending on the effort you apply, your outcome will demonstrate the result. Never forget, dear ones, that each of you are remarkable, and in your deepest and most profound core of your being, you are emanations of God. It is your separation from God that has created intervening layers to your perception that often leaves your point of view obscured and clouded. Let us remind you that behind all that you see, even behind all your working senses, there is a source that has been urging you to look for more, to move beyond your fears and take the initiative to seek all that you can become. And through God's divine urgings and support, you discover that God is within you and within your neighbor. That God is also within the bank teller of your bank, and so on. God is not hiding, God is in plain sight for those who have faith in who they are, and in their connection to all that is, which includes the omnipresence of God. You are not as separated as you would like to think. You may have differences of opinion and you may not see the same way as another, but each of you has the capacity and capability to see God and the universe in themselves and each person. It takes initiative and courage to bring yourself to the door of faith, and by believing from your heart that God is there working behind the scenes, helping you make the world a better place by accepting what is, and learning to actively bring change where change is needed. Having faith in God and in yourself will help you transcend along your spiritual quests and pursuits, and deliver you to many new directions due to the expansion of your perception. You can find faith in the most unexpected of places. It makes no difference when you find and accept faith, what matters is that you do, and you make faith a welcome companion on your life's journey that is bound to bring you to many new adventures and explorations of yourself, of others, and the world around you. God is always there, ready to guide you. All you need to do is focus on God's presence and follow by the trust and faith that is living in your precious hearts, knowing God will never have you enter a challenge you are unable to overcome. God has never stopped believing in you, now it is your turn to have faith and believe in yourself. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com